Welcome to another edition of Great Health, Abundant Happiness, and Outrageous Love.
I can't get under your hat to kiss
I know it's wide
your
brim.
beautiful lips.
Apologize for my wide brim and my white-washed face.
Well, you're protecting your lips and your face
Yeah, I am.
from the sun.
Yeah, Karen's watching me like a hawk with this as we're fighting off this melanoma, as we should be,
Right.
putting this on. So
Exactly. I've got sunscreen all over my face as well, which I put on pretty much religiously every morning.
yes, and well, we were out here on Round. This is Bell Rock. Let's
Bell
call it
Rock.
Round Rock. It is big. I'm looking
We're
at
in
this
Sedona,
round.
Arizona. Let's
Yeah.
start there.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Because we do travel around a bit. And yesterday we were in Moab. I think we did a video from Moab. So today we're in Sedona, Arizona, which is one of our, I'm going to call it one of our places right now. And the reason I'm using that terminology is that we keep getting drawn back here for the vortices that are here are sort of calling us, right?
Yeah, well,
We've got our rocks and our jewels.
There's a lot of energy here.
A lot of energy
Yeah.
here, and it's calling us. I don't want to say Sedona is one of my favorite places on the planet because I don't know if that's the case. We were talking about it. The town itself is very crowded, and the streets are very
Are you
crowded.
talking about the little main street, honky tonk, where all the gift
But
shops,
all the
that's-
streets in between Sedona and the other surrounding towns are very, very busy, and the traffic is really heavy. And that, right now in my life, that man-made noise of traffic has been weighing on me extremely heavily to the point where, if someone honks, I almost jump out of my skin. My sensories
Right.
are very heightened right now. But here we are, midway up Bell Rock, and it's as quiet as can be, and I couldn't feel any more comfortable in my own skin and in my own soul and in my own spirit right here.
Right. Well, I think that's a good way to kick off this video. It's about parallel realities.
Right.
And Karen and I just finished watching this show called Virgin River. It's kind of a cute little show. It's they're in the middle of some small town in California, and it's small town USA. But we're just loving it. Every time we're looking where we want to go next, we keep saying we want to find our own little Virgin River, because that quiet is calling us. This morning I was out having coffee, looking out at the birds off the deck, and it was just incredible and nice and quiet. So parallel realities, we were just talking about, we've got some people that we're working with. There are certain people that live in this same plane, during this same time, maybe in the same country or even same states, but they experience life differently.
Right. How
It's
about
like-
maybe in the same household?
Yeah, okay, that's true, right?
Right?
They have it's like parallel realities going on. We were just talking about some folks that we work with, and they're having issues with this partner and that partner, and there's a lot of negative talk, and we're just like, oh, that doesn't even make sense, because that's not the way we see it. We see it completely different. Certain people might be out here today. This is another example. Like, it's absolutely gorgeous out here, but someone else might think it's too hot. Right, and they might not like this weather, and they say they're having a bad time, and they're sweaty, and they're uncomfortable.
Or how about this? Someone might be sitting right where I am, and I am relishing in this solitude and this quietude. I've been searching it out. I need it. Someone else might be sitting here saying, this is so boring.
Right.
This is so quiet. There's no music. There's no noise. This is just boring sitting here. Whereas my reality of this is, I am looking at something so magical and mystical and out of this world that I can't use any words to describe it, nor do I feel like I need to or want to, because we talked about this too. It's sharing your reality with another person. I can tell Jeffrey or even send pictures, but that's never going to put us in the exact same reality.
Right. Every person, I would say, my perception is my reality. Your perception is your reality. That's what we're really talking about here. The bigger picture is everybody's got a different idea about what's going on right now in the world, and they think, wow, this may be really tough, or someone else is thinking this is a great opportunity for change. but different realities. I mean, it's really wild when you think about those different realities. They're on the same plane and they're side by side. And, you know, at the end of the day, two people are looking at them very, very differently.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can see myself in your glasses.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm just going to do a quick pan over here so people can see this. This is incredible.
You know what's ironic is the last time that we were here, we met this couple sitting at the top of the Bell Rock, and she was looking in my glasses and saw the reflection of all of these incredibly beautiful mountains, and she asked if she could take a picture of it.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, because it was such a cool reflection off my glasses, so it just reminded me of that. So there's another example of how realities collide or are somehow mixed or crossing at that exact moment, right? I believe when you meet somebody, there is no chance meeting. So.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing we're saying too. You know, people's relationships with other people. I think we touched on it with like the business stuff, but relationships, people's relationships with their food and their health and what's going on. I mean, it's all those kinds of things. Everyone's got a different idea of, you know, what it looks like and what it feels like and what it means for today and the rest of your life.
Right. It does. And, you know, going to relationships, because everybody knows that's my favorite. I love anything to do with love and relationships, etc. But somebody may have this incredible feeling about another person that they've maybe fabricated in their mind about this other person, and they don't really know the other person that well. And for the other person, a lot of times you'll see those relationships are the ones that start off fast and furious and then end super quickly, because the other person, can't live up to the expectations set by somebody, and nobody really wants to be cherished for what they aren't. People want to be cherished for what they are. And so it's so important in a relationship to stand back and not put, rules onto a person and not impose your own thoughts about who they are, and instead learn about them, ask about them, get to know them. I always tell Jeffrey, listening is one of the greatest gifts that we can give to anyone on this earth, right?
Right, exactly.
So go out and hike up, a hill or a mountain, or come to Sedona with somebody that you care about.
Or just sit on your bed and meditate and just take the peace in. It doesn't matter what it is, right?
Doesn't matter what it is. You could take a walk. You could, like Jeffrey said, just sit and hang out together. But ask about that person and then sit back and listen so that you can really know them. And then when you fall in love with somebody, you're falling in love with what they're sharing about their life and their reality and their views on this world, and how they see themselves in this world. And that's what people want to
So are you saying, like, when you ask the questions, I'm just connecting the dots back to parallel realities. So you're saying when you ask these questions, you kind of merge your realities?
Yes.
Yeah.
If it's meant to be.
Yeah.
But otherwise, you're not. You're in very different realities, and you happen to just be right there at the same time in your realities. But what you want to do with somebody you care about and you love. And Jeffrey and I were having a really cool conversation about, we spend a lot of time traveling together, and he's an artist and super visual, and is always pointing out things that he sees, and which is amazing because he sees things that I don't see. And sometimes I cross into his reality, but other times I don't. I stay in my own, and that's important too. It's okay. You don't want to be in somebody else's reality 100% of the time, but
I think the perception, everybody's perception is different. So when you look at the leaves in that bush, I see a different green than you do.
Right,
That's
exactly.
just the way it is.
You do want your realities to cross like this now and again when it's somebody that you love, when you're making love. I mean, I think that's when realities really do come together, because it's such a beautiful physical, spiritual thing, as opposed to your perception, because you're really in the moment. So the more in the moment you can be with the person that you love, I think the better, always.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I think I always say my favorite time for you and I is when we sit down to dinner and have a nice glass of wine and dinner, because we have quiet time. We get able to talk.
Right.
And I think that's great, and we kind of lock everything else out.
We do.
We made a new rule: no more cell phones at the table.
No phones.
We don't
no
really,
laptops,
yeah, we
no
don't really do
TVs.
much of that, but
We
yeah,
don't.
it's
We
there.
never have. We've never been that family. I mean, even when the girls were younger, I would never allow a TV in our kitchen, and I never allowed a TV in our bedroom. Now I have to have a caveat there. In the houses that we've owned, we've never had TVs in our bedroom, but we're now residing in our condo, which we've been there for almost 4 years. It was not expected, but those condos all have TVs in the bedroom, which I would say the last time we turned it on was quite some time ago.
Yeah.
We don't watch it very often. So when you are with, the person that you love, that you want to be with, it's really important to be 100% present so that they can understand your reality and cross into it and be part of it. But yet you need to understand their reality, cross into it and be part of it, but understand too that everybody is going to have their own view, and it's really important to listen to their view and even ask, like, Jeffrey and I, when we're done with this video, I want to know, what do you see, Jeffrey, when you look out here? What are your thoughts? What are your feelings? I mean, do you see vastness? What, even the colors.
I see freedom.
And freedom, there you go.
Right.
Even the colors, as we were driving between Moab and here, we were pointing out some trees that were so vibrantly green. Some of them a shade that I had never seen before. They were spectacular. And Jeffrey pointed them out as well, but I know that chances are we're both seeing a different color green.
Right.
Still spectacular to
Right.
both of us, but different. So anyway, I think that's all really interesting stuff about parallel realities and
Yeah.
relationships and
that's the finer things, because we started this off like it's like what people think is going on in the world right now, or what they think about something going on at work, or what they think about going on with another person. Big things.
Yeah.
They think about it totally different.
Right.
And then all the way down to the color of a leaf in a bush. I mean, it's very different, but there's lots of paths you can take. And the great thing about this life is we have the freedom of choice, the gift of the freedom of choice, which we get to choose which path we want to go down every split second. Like, when I shot this camera, we're going to head down, or do we want to go up? Do we want to go sideways? Do we want to just sit here and look out here for a longer time and meditate? We have all these choices.
When we turn this off.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, I didn't get a good kiss under that hat. That's what I'm thinking. But those are all great and valid points, and I think also you make an amazing point by saying we get to choose. So if you're watching this video and you've found that, hey, you know what, I have been, my perception has been kind of a negative one. Maybe I've been a bit of a Debbie Downer, and noticing that people aren't wanting to be around me. Guess what? You can
change it. Yeah.
Your perception in the blink of an eye.
That's what I always get a kick out of when I see people that are having a tough time. I think they know that they are challenging people, or they're abrasive to people, or they're dragging people down. I think they know this, and why do they continue to do it? It's their choice.
Well, some, I think,
that's
self-sabotage
the reality they're on,
because that's what they're used to, and we've done a lot of videos on self-sabotage. But I think other people, some people, they feel if they can capture somebody's attention for or sympathy, then that means that other person is interested. There's all sorts of reasons that people try to.
No, but I mean people that are going about day in and day out
Right.
and having negative interactions with people, and they kind of know they're doing it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
that's a different reality that they're on.
It's a different reality that they're on, and I think those people are going to find that they're going to end up being quite lonely, because most people want to be around people that make them feel good, not bad. We all want good energy. That's why you and I, we started climbing up here, and we found this spot, and this light breeze came out of nowhere, and we both felt compelled to let's sit here, let's spread out our rocks and our our bead bracelets and just feel all of the energy that's coming, because it feels good. But negative energy doesn't feel good. That would repel us away.
To us.
To us.
Someone else might like it.
They might.
And that's why they're down that path. Who
Could
knows?
be.
I guess we'd like to hear your
Yeah.
thoughts below, because you do have a choice, and you know what I'm talking about. People do take a choice to take a left, and someone else takes a right.
Yeah.
And if that left is something that isn't working out, why do they continue taking the left?
Exactly.
But anyway.
And I know we can't describe our reality, but just give a pan of what this looks like, because it is spectacular. And I would love to hear everybody else's reality of what they see when they look at beautiful Sedona, Arizona. Wishing you great health, abundant happiness, and outrageous love. Again, from Sedona, Arizona.
We'll see you guys.